Yo, what's up, guys? So, in this video, we're going to go over what it actually takes to be a successful entrepreneur in 2024 or 2025 if you're watching from the future. Look, this is just my account. I've been a business owner for 7 years now. I'm 24, about to turn 25. I've never had a job, never worked for nobody. All my money has come from online, pretty much. I did a lot of manual stuff when I was first starting out to get the cash together, but I've been pretty much an online entrepreneur forever. Well, for all my adult working career. I'm going to show you some stuff on here that is a realistic account of what you can expect working for yourself. Guys, it's not hard out. It's not easy out here. It really isn't, and a big part of that is because the content that gets most popular online is the lifestyle stuff, is the Lambos, is the flexings, the watches, all this type of stuff. And the problem is, there's legitimate guys who do that type of marketing because it works, yeah. But when you're building a business, or you're just starting out, or you want to build a business, and you're looking at guys your similar age or the same age, maybe even from the same area you're from, it makes you feel like shit, right? You either compare yourself. Well, you do compare yourself. That's the thing. There's a lot of comparison. And the problem is, when you're trying to make an online business, the information is online, predominantly on social media. So you do have to be involved in this to a certain extent. So an easy way to say, "Oh, right, I'm just going to delete my social media and get rid of it." That is things that I've done before. It can help to a certain extent. But when you're starting out and you're looking for information, you can't necessarily do that because you need the information that's online. So it's a very tough situation to be in with the comparison thing because it affects your energy and it makes you feel like you're fucking up. But this is business. What you got to understand is these guys who've got really big personal brands, they're really good at making it look like they don't make mistakes. Now, I'm not saying there's anything disingenuous about that or there's anything wrong about that. That's just the game of personal branding, right? You need to look as good as you can. Don't get me wrong, there's some guys out here that are really killing it and really making moves, but it's their job to make it look effortless and make themselves look more successful. And when you're in a position of comparing yourself to those guys, I mean, you've got to start out with understanding that you do not come from the same place. You don't have the same challenges. You don't have the same people in your life holding you back. You don't have the same negative influences. You haven't been through the same challenges. So it's a very tough situation to be in because even though you don't want to compare yourself and you might even be totally aware of it, you still do to a certain extent. So that's probably one of the biggest factors of it being difficult, in my opinion, because another thing on the flip side of that, when you're building a business and you're young, everybody's on holiday, everybody's going out for drinks, everybody's going out for cocktails, everybody's seeing this person, everybody's doing this. And especially now in 2024, people are conditioned to spend money. People are conditioned to consume. Now, from the perspective of you, it can look like those guys are loving it, living life, enjoying themselves. But what you don't see is most of those guys work 9 to 5s, or they've even given 10 years of sacrifice before that, even though they're still young, right? So that's one thing you've got to bear in mind. Like these guys who are consumer kings, that shit's not going to last. Yeah. Most of these guys work jobs that they hate and they're going to be wages forever because they can't make any sacrifice up front. So one thing you've got to do is you've got to understand that you're contributing to your higher self. You're contributing to your ultimate goal. And that will materialize over time, but it needs a lot of time. It needs a lot of money. It needs a lot of resources. That's not something that can happen overnight. So those are the sacrifices you've got to make. Now, and that's the truth of it. Now, I'm not saying you can never go out for food or never go on holiday or never do these things, but you've got to understand that if you're doing this shit every week or all the time, that's the employee stuff. That's employee behavior. You need to have the mindset of, I'm going to work that hard where eventually that's going to come my reality to do that. And that's the goal that you're working for. And the key is you don't feel like shit when you're working for that. But it's hard when you're a young entrepreneur because, I mean, I'm still grinding now. I'm working on a new business, just sold my old one. And, I feel like I'm missing out on time and I'm turning 25. It's all right when you're sort of 17, 18, 19 because everyone's just messing around. But, you feel like you're losing those best years of your life. And in a way you are, but what you're swapping is you're swapping years of your life for an exacerbated lifestyle later down the line, right? You're swapping it, you're sacrificing it for true freedom later on. So hopefully you're going to live more life in those periods, right? So it's hard. And plus, your friends and family are not going to understand you because they're conditioned by their social circles, their friends, their social circles at work, whatever school, university, college they went to. They're not designed to be entrepreneurs. They're thinking inside a box. I've been lucky to where I've not had anyone judge me or tell me I can't do something. I mean, they probably have, but I don't give a fuck and I wouldn't listen to them even if they did. So they probably said it, but I can't even hear what they're saying, yeah? That's the mindset you've got to have. But people are not going to understand you. They're not going to understand you why you're working so hard all the time. They're not going to understand how often you're working. That's another thing. They're sat at home watching Netflix on a night time. You're not. You're working on your business. You're learning information. You're watching videos. You're listening to podcasts. It's a different type of hustle that you need. And in my personal opinion, I don't think it's necessarily easier to make money online. I mean, it probably is, but the differences between young people now and young people 30 years ago, now you get the opportunity to work all around the clock. So essentially, you can work double time and you can work 10 years in 5 years worth of work. Now, social media is more powerful. It's definitely made it easier, but you've got to understand that the only reason why it's easier is because we've got access to the information now. And if you're smart with how you use it and you use it in a time-effective manner, you really can get ahead. So there is light at the end of the tunnel. When you're failing and it seems like everyone else is winning around you or on the internet, it's hard. And another thing with that is you've got to understand that it seems like so many people are winning, but in terms of the world as a whole, if you see 100 people on your feed today out of 7 billion people and they're all killing it, well, that's not a true representation of how many people are actually killing it, right? And even if everyone was killing it, like I said, you can't compare yourself to that. The next thing is, this is a lonely journey, yeah? Everybody loves the idea of making money online money, but the reality is you're going to be sat on your own on a laptop for a long amount of time, yeah? You're not going to be talking to people. You might lose your social skills. If you go get an office and it's a shit office, you're down there all the time, you're working on a laptop, it doesn't feel good, it's not natural, and it's hard to deal with, yeah? So one thing that I would say is you need to fight the loneliness. Now, you can do this by still making sure you go out and talk to people. You've got to build your social skills. If you wanted to be this solo entrepreneur, eventually you're going to have the freedom to go where you want and work from a laptop, which sounds cool. But in the building stage, when you've not got the freedom, but you're still working on a laptop, it's not a fun situation to be in. So you've got to understand it is incredibly lonely. Now, you can combat this by still talking to people, still trying to get friends, still seeing people, catching up with people, still doing stuff. Join a sports club, join a fight gym. All these things are things that you can do, but the things that are in your control. Don't get lost in the negative hustle culture. If your plan is to just work around the clock 7 days a week, you're going to burn out, you're going to be unhappy, you're not going to enjoy that situation. So you need to work on ways that you can still be social, because that's a byproduct of making money online. If you're sat on a laptop all day on your own, it's not fun. Yeah, people go to work and they talk to people and they build the social skills, and it's easier and easier and easier. The more you sit and work on a laptop on your own and nobody around you understands what you're doing, you can't talk to anyone about it because they don't understand what you're doing because they're not on the same path. It's a hard thing to deal with. So, focus and spend time and make it a priority to go and actually speak to people. And plus, reach out to people on social media, yeah? Start posting content. Show people what you're about. Show people what you've learned. Connect with people on a similar level. Try connect with people on a level above you. And, try and make some friends that are doing similar things. Because what you'll find is you'll have a problem, they'll have a problem, or you'll have two problems, they have two problems, they've solved one of them, you've solved one of them, and then you help each other, yeah? So that's the importance of that. Now, another thing is you sometimes you might be in a situation where you've got to compromise on your living conditions. Now, this mixes into the risk. You can't go do whatever you want to do all the time, yeah? If you're running a limited budget and you're trying to get some money together to build your first business, you can't go wherever you want. You can't buy the Gucci, you can't buy the Balenciaga, you can't do it, yeah? I'm only talking about my personal situation. When I started with nothing, literally nothing, I used to do market stalls, yeah? And then I used to collect the coins and I would search the 50 pence pieces for special edition ones and sell them on eBay, yeah? That's how resourceful I had to be. I had to count every single penny to squeeze the most out of it. I'm not saying you have to do that, but that's just the situation I was in. But my point is, you've got to spend like a business owner. Now, I definitely took it to the extreme to where it literally affected everything else. So I'm not saying do it as much as I did it. Don't become frugal, but you need to spend money on your business. So the more money that you can avoid wasting yourself, the more that you can spend on your business. Now, if your friends are deciding to go have a meal out on a Saturday night and you're just going for food at a okayish restaurant, is that a waste of money? No, because you're talking to your friends, you're still living your life, and you're getting something out of it, food. Yeah. So don't convince yourself that every bit of spending's bad. Don't turn frugal on everything. But what I'm saying is just be responsible. You shouldn't be buying luxuries if you're building a business. Yeah, leave that for the wages, leave that for the Instagram wannabes. That is not for the people that are building businesses. That comes when you've got the icing, yeah, on the cake. When you've got the cake, the icing is yours. Yeah, it's the money at the end you keep. You've got to understand, if you're going in to being a boss, the boss eats last. He eats what's left. Sometimes there's nothing left. Yeah, so you've got to focus on putting yourself in the best position to be able to handle that, right? Now, another one is hard work. Now, I know everybody says hard work. I don't want to be another one of these guys just spewing this normal motivation shit, but you've got to understand what hard work really is. Hard work is working all the time and staying true to your work. You know, if you want it really bad and you're in a shit situation, you're going to have to work Sundays. I'm sorry, but you can't be taking 2 days off every week and finishing work at 5 o'clock. You're not going to build anything of significance with that. It's not enough time. You need to give it more time. You need to work hard. Now, if you start getting to the point when your hard work is turning less productive because you're getting burnt out and distracted, you can take a day off. But don't be expecting to create anything of substance if you want to take 2 days off a week and you want to wear Gucci and you want to drink cocktails, yeah? The numbers don't add up. The numbers do not add up. So it's hard work and it's long hours and it is sacrifice. But just break down what this really means. And this is hard work all the time, yeah? It's not just go hard for a week and then fuck around. This is hard work for long periods of time. Years, really. It's years, guys. You can build significant stuff online and you can reach a lot of people, but the groundwork that it takes is a lot. I'm not trying to put you off, but I'm trying to tell you the true case. The problem is with a lot of these YouTubers and a lot of these online guys, they're trying to portray that it's easy to make money because they're selling something that you can make money from, yeah? Now, I'm not saying all online courses are a scam. They're not. Online courses are actually a way that you can fast-track your progress. That's something that I wish I spent way more money on at a much earlier stage because I just did it the hard way myself. I buy online courses to this day. I've probably spent £10,000 on online courses and I'm still looking to buy online courses. I buy as much as I possibly can, yeah? It's a fast way to get ahead, but what you've got to understand is anybody making it look easy, overly doing it on the lifestyle flexing, guys, there's no easy money. Easy money does not exist. You can get faster money if you want to start acting like a clown, so you can start doing OnlyFans, or you can start harassing people in public and acting like a clown for TikTok views. Those are probably easy money methods, but the problem is with those is you've sold out on your morals. Yeah, we're not looking to sell out on morals. We're looking to actually build a business that's providing value to people in some way. So your reputation's not tarnished. It's not just all about likes and follows. So they're the easy money methods. And if you want to do those, then you shouldn't be watching this channel. This channel's not for you. I can't help you out. You've got the wrong type of mindset. I don't want to be around anyone like you. No OnlyFans on this channel, yeah? Anyway, it's daily massive action, yeah? It's daily massive action. Because daily massive action, the type of things that we're doing to make money online, it's delayed gratification. Take this YouTube channel, for example. Look through my uploads, yeah? I've probably 150 videos deep. I've only started 6 months ago. I'm not really getting any views yet, but I will be so consistent over this. It will amass So the gratification will come at a later date. Now, the thing about delayed gratification is the type of things that are worthwhile take a long time. But you can also be in the scenario where you're doing something wrong. Now, if you've just got the mindset of everything hard takes a long time and you're doing something wrong over and over and over and over again, you can be in this situation where you're doing the wrong thing over and over for years. So you've not only got to do stuff over and over again for a long period of time, but you've got to occasionally take a measurement and see what's working. Yeah. Let's say I were making this YouTube video and I was making different YouTube videos and I was doing it for a year. I had hundreds of uploads and I still wasn't getting anywhere. Well, maybe it's because I'm not posting the right amount. Maybe it's because I'm not posting the quality of content. So then you've got to reevaluate where you stand and then take action. So it's consistency over time, but you've got to reevaluate what you're doing and what's working. And that's the thing that's difficult, right? It's not difficult doing something over and over again for ages. It shouldn't be difficult for you anyway if you're really committed. But it's about making improvements along the way also. So that's the thing about delayed gratification. Now another thing is it's a huge financial risk, yeah. And compared to 30 years ago, it's zero risk. What you've got to understand is, for you to get 100,000 visitors to your website, the closest thing to that 30, 40 years ago was you needed a shop in your busiest city centre with thousands of pounds a month rent, full staff, stock, inventory, branding, licensing, all of this costs, right? And now you can go build a website, you can get stock from China that you don't even have to pay for, and you can literally make hundreds of thousands of pounds from your bedroom. So in reality to that, it's not a huge risk. But one thing you've got to understand is, if you start making a lot of money online and you start hitting those 20, 30, 50k months, well, the problems that come with that are big financial problems. You can get an ad account hacked and you've lost 30k. It's happened to me before. You can get an unprofitable ad account and you're losing thousands a day. That's happened to me before. So it's incredibly powerful what you can do online, but you've got to understand as well, it comes in the other way, the other direction as well. So it's powerful in your earning, but it's also powerful to your detriment. Now, again, I'm not saying that to put you off. And the good thing about that is you're going to be faced with a challenge. Before you make significant money, you are going to be faced with a big challenge. Now, the best thing you can do is get the big challenges in your life the earliest, because you've got to deal with them one way or not, right? You're not going to get to making amazing amounts of money with no challenges along the way. I urge you to go read all top level entrepreneurs, all the top ones that you watch on YouTube, that write the books, study their journey. They all have had massive financial problems. But that's the type of stuff that's going to make you a man. So when that stuff comes along, you need to look at it and embrace it and see where you messed up and ultimately improve. Sometimes you need to feel the fire to know it's hot, okay? And those things are going to mold you into a better entrepreneur. So the sooner that they come, the sooner that you overcome them. And believe me, they're going to come. But again, if your desire for where you want to get in life is not more than being scared of the financial risk, then the entrepreneur game's not for you. And again, there's the online culture of everybody's got to be an entrepreneur. This game's not for everybody. Those things that I've just described, they are not for everybody. They are hard. They are difficult. You've got to want it bad. But if you're not an entrepreneur, you don't have to be. You can still earn a lot of money providing value from someone else and not take the risk. That's the thing. If you're an entrepreneur, you're taking all the risk. It's all on your shoulders. So you've got to understand what you're signing up for, and you've got to be realistic with what it actually takes. And yeah, I hope I got some clarity on those with you. And if you're struggling with a few of those right now, it's normal. Yeah, you're on the right path. The more of those you're struggling with, the more that you're on the right path. So keep going, keep pushing, and you're going to get there. You are going to get there. But it takes time, sacrifice, energy, hard work. But you know what? 100 years ago, 80 years ago, your great-grandparents were in a world war. Yeah? So if you're on a laptop and you're stressing on a laptop, and you've got your socks on and it's nice and warm, it's a lot better than it was before. So that's one thing. It's all about perspective. And if you're in the West, the opportunity that you've got is unbelievable. So keep your head up, keep working, and yeah, Hope that helped. Subscribe to the video down below. I'm dropping value on a daily basis at the minute, man. If you're subscribing to this channel early, it's like it's gonna be a good investment, man. You're gonna see me blow up. You're gonna see. So yeah, all the best, guys. Have a good weekend or week, or whatever day you're watching this, and yeah, all the success in the world. All the best.